Hello guys, my name is Murali Krishna. I'm doing final semester in MBA Cloud Computing. My topic for research is Open API Standards, Importance in Cloud Computing to Eliminate Vendor Lock-in Situation. If there's one issue that almost every client rendering cloud services face, it's vendor lock-in. At some point of their business lifetime, firms get locked to their providers due to various reasons. It would be really tough for small and medium businesses which operate on low revenues and investments to switch providers when necessary due to lock-in problem. There's a solution for this problem though. Standardization of APIs used by different cloud providers, ensuring they share common specifications for services would make switching or migrating data or services a hassle-free process for clients. The pace at which companies are moving their services to cloud is really high. Understanding the small and medium businesses' awareness of vendor lock-in would help analyze and develop business strategies which mutually helps. There is limited work done in terms of research on this topic, and deeper analysis is required to understand and the importance of open API standards and how they can be mutually beneficial. My research question is, how adoption of Open API standards by cloud providers eliminate the risk of vendor lock-in for small and medium businesses in India? There are some related research questions that lead to the main research question. It is important to know how many SMBs are aware of vendor lock-in issue and have a plan to deal with it. It is also important to know the main risk factors that lead to lock-in situations. How many cloud providers have implemented Open API standards in their businesses, and the business challenges of cloud providers who adopted standardized APIs. Adopting common API standards by cloud providers would help clients in interoperability, portability, integration, and extensibility of services. Having less capital investment and smaller revenues, SMBs would be more interested to have scalable business options. Adopting Open API standards could also kill the revenues of small cloud companies which rely on clients who use their proprietary APIs in the long run. The European Network and Information Security Agency and the European Commission have recognized the greatest obstacles to enterprise cloud adoption is vendor lock-in problem. Though the issue of interoperability is addressed to some extent, APIs in storage are still not the subject of active standardization. Client lock-in situations may be attractive for cloud providers by generating more revenues, but clients are vulnerable for price increases and any change in the terms and conditions. From the existing research about standardization of APIs or cloud solutions, we cannot conclude but expect there is a possibility of small cloud providers going out of business. In addition to addressing the vendor lock-in issue, standardized API solutions could change the way companies do business with their cloud providers. Analyzing existing researches which focused on circumstances leading to vendor lock-in would help in deeper analysis and understanding in this research. Newer systems such as Apache Cassandra, for instance, are maturing as data components and provide more portable and interoperable solutions for clients and eliminate proprietary lock-in situations. This research would help in better understanding of how and why standardization of APIs is necessary and businesses and clients can get mutually benefited. More emphasis will be given on small and medium businesses as possibility of growth is high and there could come a situation where data migration is looked as an option for various reasons. Proper analysis of the data I get from this research would provide reliable information on whether or not cloud providers would get benefited by API standardization. I would like to use pragmatism, deductive approach, survey and case study for strategies, and multi-method choices to conduct this research. Pragmatism in this research would help me understand the vendor lock-in situations more reasonably and logically instead of being based on ideas and theories. businesses might change their course of action depending on the requirements and circumstances. Situational challenges would be analyzed deeply and course of actions determined thereafter. Deductive approach could be of great help to test the theoretical ideas about vendor lock-in, solutions to the issue, and the impact of standardized APIs on businesses. I'd like to do a case study and a survey as part of research strategy, where case study on existing businesses that suffered lock-in issue could help me find the possible behavioral patterns. This also works to ascertain the impact of open API standards on businesses. Conducting an online survey and interviews help me understand the awareness and approach on standardized API solutions. I would like to use both quantitative and qualitative research, as no one method would produce reliable results. Using mixed method, I could understand the changes in business decisions in the lock-in situations and the impact it has on business operations. The research will assess non-probability sampling, as the impact would not be same on all industries across all markets. So the data received would be good enough for this research but might not be sufficient to come to a conclusion. Interviewing technical leads and senior managers of cloud companies and small and medium businesses would give reliable data for this research. Online surveys and personal interviews would be carried out to gather the data. Qualitative and quantitative data would be analyzed based on the results from interviews and surveys to understand the advantages and possible limitations of adoption of standard APIs. This data would also answer the question of vendor lock-in when standardized APIs are adopted by cloud providers. Research would be done unbiased and no personal opinions are included. Confidentiality of identity, organizational data, and so requested information will be maintained as requested. All the data included in the research would be of my own work and will be referenced when sourced. Coming to research limitations, this research needs accurate and realistic information which might not be available. The data received could not be guaranteed reliable, considering the fact that businesses might not reveal their business decisions and any negative impacts they have had. And here are the references for the data I've used to complete this presentation. Thank you.